Today's a big day, Mark.
Why?
Because I have an idea. And any day I have an idea is a big day.
I feel like I'm like turn more here. Is it normally
You
like
can
this?
turn in a little bit more. You set it up.
No.
Yes, you put the chairs here.
We still in frame?
Always. I'm really excited because I've been listening to a lot of Simon Sinek. Simon Sinek, like he says his name in English. And I have learned some things. And a lot of the things he says correlates with the things I believe that you were telling me were kind of not down the right track. And I am very excited to tell you that I think we should go with the things that he's saying and that I believe.
What are these things?
I'm building suspense. Alright. What I believe, Mark, what are you writing? Steph's a fucking idiot.
Are you a fortune teller?
No, I can just read. I can't really read your scribbles. He didn't write anything. He just started scribbling. Anyways, so I think what we should do, because I was excited yesterday, the way you refined our sales pitch, because we were at a meeting last night that went really well. And we were excited. So Mark did the pitch again. Yes. And I was there, and he was talking about, so I suggested to him that he should go more for the art angle because we're an art company. And I now believe even more strongly that we should continue doing that even harder. Because you were always saying, like, yes, be unique, be that, but we need to cater to these people. And what I believe is, like, no, I don't think we should. I think, yes, do the things so that it still fits into the, like, generally kind of, like, you know, obviously the photos need to be good and shit like that, and the staging and obviously and all that. But as the cynic was saying, that's a really rough name for a guy who speaks so positively.
How do you spell cynic? Like cynical?
No, it's different. I know, but it's when you say it, it's the same thing. You don't pronounce it differently. You spell cynic with a K. His last name with a K. But you pronounce it the same when you say it. So it's kind of like that guy doesn't sound like he's a warm guy. He is. He's very cool though. You should listen to him. Mark put me onto him. Full credit. And so what he says and what he really pushes is branding, right? And like how important it is to sell who you are, and like what, like you sell who you are and not what you make or what you have. It's not a product you're selling an emotion. And it's like, I've always said this too about Apple and everything like that, because we've had these conversations before, and I'm like, how do we get it so that people are attracted to us as a company and as a brand rather than the product? And I think you're going from a more sales perspective on it. It's like what will work for people. And I think that's not I'm not trying to put you down. I just think but I think what we should do more, I'm just going to restart that whole thing, and because I realized like, oh wait, I can say this whole thing without shitting on your pitch and just being nice. So let me just retry. We're learning here. I have a great idea, Mark.
Jesus Christ, Stef, can you just say what it is that you want? So you want us to brand ourselves as like, we are an art company.
I want us to brand ourselves. No, just stop talking over me.
I'm not talking over you, but you're like,
shut up.
This is too much.
Just shut the fuck up.
This is how he gets his points across.
Just listen. This is what I want to do. I want us to stop fucking going after these old people, these old ass realtors that fucking suck dick. I really do. This is an exaggeration. I don't mean it. This is for like the thing. I want us to go I want us to go fully immerse ourselves into the people who we are, into the brand that we are. And the reason what we do is because we want to help people, and we're young, we're new, and we're just the new thing. Yes? That's what we're trying to be. And I don't think we should go away from that. I think we should stick to that hard and go all the way in, and then the people who are attracted to that are going to come to us. Completely be ourselves.
Which is what?
Which is what we are, which is like we do creative shit, and we are new, and we do this better, and then the way we can sell it is like, hey, we're this new company, we're doing things a little differently, and it's, you sell that emotion of like, one, with the realtors, what I think you should really do is like tell them the emotional part first. It's like, this is who we are as a company. It's like we are an art company that supports artists, and we have that artistic edge, and that's what we believe is the future. It's like creators and artists, because that's where the world is going. And we're young, and we're new, and we're fresh, and we have these awesome people on board, and like that's what we are as a company. And then what he's saying, like his sales pitch is basically like, just flip the script. Rather than saying afterwards who you are, just say it before and then say the information. So it's like basically be like, hey, this is the company we are, this is the values we have, this is what we believe in. And then after that, support that by saying, this is what we do, and this is why we're so good at it. Like, hey, we're really cool, and we're awesome, and we're creative, and like if you're that way, you can definitely gel with us. By the way, this is why you can work with us and trust us. Look at our portfolio, look at our work, because selling a portfolio is not working. It's just not. Our work doesn't mean shit to these people, and I believe that to be true. I don't think they actually give a shit. I think we should go harder into who we are as a brand, as a creator, and like go for the young and whatever, and then just pitch that as hard as we can. It's like, do you want to be a part of the new wave? If not, that's okay, but we're gonna go for the people who are. Because yes, we'll lose customers and we won't get as far into like certain deals, but then it's not like we've been closing deals anyways. We've been losing them. So at the end of the day, I think it's like, hey, let's go really hard into who we are as a brand, and we're gonna attract the people who are really looking to take that next step, you know, and give us a chance. Because then we can be more true to ourselves and more genuine.
So
watch what's about to happen.
Great.
You ready for this?
Great that you're able to take in a new piece of information and then bring it back to the fore, which is fantastic, which is why we watch and absorb different people.
This is the bullshit right here.
Yeah. So couple of things. Simon Sinek is my guy, and the way I put the company out there, because sales is different than marketing, Stef. I agree with you that we have to lean more into the art. The fuck is that look for? No, I agree with you, because you've said this and I've said yes.
Okay.
We have to lean more into the fact that we're an art company and we do these other things. Now, it's still like a guess game as to, do you want like an art company like doing your photos and your video and your 3D and your staging? We just don't know. We have to try different things. I agree with you, which is why I've been like changing how I've been pitching it. However, you have to understand that sales and marketing are very, very different. I think what you're positing can work very, very well for the marketing, to let people know that, hey, we are an art company first. The base of our entire business model is built upon New York City's emerging artists. But in terms of the sales, if I pick up the phone, Stef, these people are like, all right, fucking, what are you selling? Get to the point. They give you like 10 seconds before they hang up. So you have to go in there and like, all right, listen, this is what we do. We do everything all in one for you so that you can save time and money. And they go, all right, show me your stuff. So maybe in the show me your stuff, I could put more as like what you're saying, you know, we're young, fresh, we're doing things differently, whatever. Take a look at our portfolio if you want to ride the wave. Perhaps I can do it like this, but sales and marketing are very, very different. So I think this is like a marketing. And when Simon Sinek goes into a company, he doesn't sit with the sales team. He sits with the marketing team because they're responsible for how the brand is seen.
He does talk to the sales team though, because he talks about people and relationships.
No, that's overall the whole company. When he's like, okay, how do we all work together and create like a family environment? But he doesn't really like, he talks to C-level people and marketing people, because this is how you frame how the company is seen. Because as soon as they talk to us on the thing, they go and they look on the Instagram, or they look at whatever they want to look at. Yeah,
I don't believe that they do that.
Stef, I talk to these people and they say, "Oh yeah, I saw this on your thing." Like if I have a follow up, they're like, "Oh yeah, I saw on your what?" They're not following or liking anything, but they go look.
But sometimes they just don't. They just don't.
Maybe you should just ask me since I'm talking to them.
No, I agree with you, but it's like a lot of the time they're like, these realtors, I've heard so many calls where they get on the call and they're like, "Oh, like I haven't seen your portfolio yet."
Yeah.
After you sent them, I'm like, you don't know shit about it. You don't even know the name of the company. You don't even remember.
But that goes to show, Steph, that it's. I think
that's what it is, Mark. Look, I know you're really good at sales. You are a salesperson, but this is what I believe. I believe the reason these people we're not memorable to them is because we are like everyone else. And if you just...
Steph, if you're looking at an all-in-one service, that's not true.
No, the service literally does not matter. And I think I've said this before. I don't believe that the service matters. The product doesn't matter. It just doesn't. Because I know for a fact, I made this example before and it's just an easy one to do. I know for a fact that my computer is better than yours, but you will still choose the Apple every time. I know for a fact that my cell phone is better than yours, but you will still choose the Apple over mine. I know for a fact that my phone has more features and is more advanced in technology than your phone, but you will always choose the Apple one first.
But why?
And it's because of an emotional connection to it. It's because of the type of person who you've become around it. And it's the same with me. You grab on and you latch onto an idea, right? So what I'm saying is, if you give these people, it's like, because you're the emotional person. You're the one that's like every relationship matters. You need to build connections and this and that. But right, people love you as a person and they love hanging out with you and talking to you. But I think the problem is like that's as far as it goes, because you're selling yourself because you're a great person and they like that emotional bond. But they're like, they don't want to be involved with their company because there's no emotional connection to the company. So it's just like, I think that's where the disconnect is, because you're amazing at building relationships, but I think where we need to improve a little bit is like selling the emotion of like, this is young and fresh and new, and if you want the best shit, this is like, it's not the best shit, it's like, if you want to be a part of something new, right, and you want to be a part of something like that is there to help people, and it's like that emotional connection to it, that like we're fresh, we're new, just like Apple, it's like we're sleek, we're clean, we're this and that. That's the emotional connection you derive from it.
So let's break this down. What I've been like trying to impress upon you this entire time is that we're going and we're breaking up a relationship where both parties are already happy.
I agree with you.
We're going into a happy relationship and we're saying break up with that person. Come
not
with
always
me.
Though. Not always. There's not always a time when there's like a happy relationship or whatever.
Of course there is. Every time there is. Because Steph, the people at the highest level of real estate where we're going after, they already have these people.
Yes. So this is what I mean. Like, I think rather than, because that's, I think, even more so what we're saying now, right? They're happy in the relationship already because it's simple, it's whatever, it's whatever, right? And you're not going to be able to break that connection if like, it's like with the guy who we had the meeting with yesterday. He's like, I don't care how good you are, how fucking amazing you are, I will never eat out this woman. That was a bad choice of words. Like, chew out this woman, whatever, I won't like back her out because, excuse me. What?
Nothing.
Because she's the girl, right? She's my person. I trust her, whatever.
The guy who we sat down with last night, he said that he has a stager that he already works with in the tri-state.
Photographer, lawyers, everything. He does this with every relationship.
He said he's not going to change his woman because she's happy. She hasn't disappointed him, so he doesn't care how much we charge and whatever. It's like he's happy. So
Yeah.
we can go in a different market, but not here.
Yeah. So that's great. And this is my point. It's like, fuck it. We're already trying to disrupt these relationships, right? Like, going in like everyone else is not going to work because
But
they're
we're
already
not
happy.
going in like everyone
No,
else,
no.
though.
The product does not matter. This is what I'm trying to say. It literally does not matter because they already have a system of going down, doing that. It's you're buying into an emotion. You're buying into a new company. You're buying into that thing. It's like me. Why do I always want the newest shit? Yes, because a lot of the time technologically it's better, but also because I want to. That's the kind of person I am. I want to have the newest shit always, and I want to have the best shit. It's just an emotional thing. So I think if we,
I don't think that's true, Stef, because if it's not better, like technologically, you're not gonna go for it. It has to be better.
yes, I'm an early adopter though.
No, of course, but because it's better, not just because you want to be first.
Of course. I mean, yeah, like.
I agree with you.
But this is what I'm saying. It's like,
No, I agree with you.
I think we should just try it because it's like, hey, rather than just building the relationship, it's like connect them to the company. It's like, this is who we are and this is what we stand for, and like maybe it'll be a little bit of a harder pitch, but I think the people who we do get, like, I think the thing is, Mark, you get very far in meetings because you're not aggressive, right? So people feel very comfortable with you. They build a rapport with you, but then they're like, but I don't want what you're selling. You know, it's like it's.
But I
You
don't
become
think that's
friends with a
necessarily.
person.
I don't think that's necessarily true though, because let's go down the line. We got pretty far with Mike Burla. It came down. His client didn't want to pull the trigger.
Now, yes. Now let me ask you with Mike Burlett, why did he love us so much?
I mean, he connected with us as like young guys. It's like, oh,
And
young
the company,
people working together.
he loved the brand. He loved like what we stood for. And same thing with.
How do you know this?
Because he talked about it when we were there at the walkthrough. He's like, I love the young energy and like the young business people, and like we are that energy. We provide that energy for
No,
the
of
company.
course, but was it like?
Same thing with this guy. He loves the name, right? He
Which
loves
guy?
what we do.
Okay.
Yesterday, everyone loves the name. It's new. It's like fucking like this bright blue logo that like this weirdly spelled word, and it's very memorable. And it's like creator. You know,
Yeah.
It's a little weird doing it over the phone. It's so fucking weird. It's kind of annoying over
Yeah.
the phone because
Yeah.
you're like CRE8R.org, and then they always get it wrong.
Yeah.
Anyways, but that's my point. It's like, fuck it. Like with this guy, we got really far. Same thing with Kim. Kim is like, I want the new, I want the fresh. I'm looking for this. I'm going hard at it. It's like, if we push that even harder, we're gonna attract more clients like that, I believe. And then as we
No, but you're saying that we're not getting it because of what?
No, I'm not saying that we don't get it because you're like we have been starting to get stuff, but I think if you push harder, it'll happen quicker, because you're going in with these people and business people, really good business people, really successful high-end people that we talk to, they'll always take a meeting. You know that. They always take meetings because you never know what's around the corner. You never know what connection you're gonna make, and that's in them. But if they're already happy and they're like the old fucks that are just like hanging around and like not caring, like this fucking woman Sarah. I know that's a little bit of a weird situation because she's a crook.
Yeah.
But like with that, it's like this woman doesn't care. She just doesn't. She'll take the meeting because there might be business in it for her, but she doesn't care. And I think if we go more towards like the branding of the company and like that spirit of the company, people who are really attracted to that and that excitement and that freshness and that newness are going to be like even more excited, because then they're going to hear the company, they're going to hear you, and then they're going to see what we do with the art that you're starting to pitch more. It's like, holy shit, this is like, I want this. I want this new thing. And it's like getting into that early adopter market and then starting to get out of it, because as we get a few early adopters, right, for your first few clients, we're going to, because he talked about the curve, right, of customers. So like early adopters, early, like the regular people who adopt early, and then the regular people who adopt late, and then people who don't want to adopt at all, right? It's a bell curve. And so the majority is people who adopt early and people who adopt, not early adopters, but people who like have to have it tested first, and then they'll get it, and then the people after. So it's like when a new product comes out, for example, the Apple Watch, right? Early adopters are the first people who bought the first generation. Then the bigger category is people who buy the second generation, and then the two biggest categories is like the second generation people, and then the people who don't get it at all at the end. All right? So I think if we break into that early adopter market, get 2-3 clients, and then they're like, this is what we did for these people, these early adopters, then the front half of that bell curve we're gonna start getting more of, and then we'll get the back half of that bell curve, so then we'll have the whole market share. But I think we need to be more unique. It's like more, because right now we haven't found ourselves as a brand yet, and I think that's what's hurting us, because we're not like a strong brand. We don't stand for something yet, and I think that's what's kind of hurting us, because we don't want to just be like a regular stager or something, because that's super easy.
Yeah,
we want to be something new, so we need to be that new thing and go like fully immerse ourselves into it if that's the brand we want to go for, because faking it is not going to work. Or like, we're not saying that we're faking it, but like pretending is not working. It's not gonna work. It doesn't work.
Pretend what?
No, I'm not saying we are doing it, but like acting, like playing a role is not gonna work. You need to build trust and stuff like that. So I think if we go harder with like, this is who we are and this is what we stand for as a brand, I think we can be a lot more successful in winning pitches over.
I'm excited to try it.
Yeah. Because I think if you build excitement in the people as the brand, for the brand first, which is a lot harder to do than building rapport with a person, right? Because connecting yourself to an object or a service or a company is a lot harder than connecting yourself to another person, because of this disconnect. But if you're able to do that and then build a relationship on top of that personally with them, I think that's like an indestructible bond. It's like, I love the company and I love the people behind it. Why I want these people, and then they'll go out of their way to help you, because they're like, I love these people, and they do it for themselves because they feel good about it, because it's what they believe in and what they stand for. It's like, I'm new, I'm fresh, so I want to help these guys do it because I want to see more of this, and I believe in them because I'm just like this. So I want to reinforce my own identity by working with these guys, by helping these guys, by building this brand.
I'm in.
So
I'm with it.
Maybe that's a good food for thought for you.
Being tested with this guy.
It really got me excited, because it was like, I think this is what we're missing. Because we have everything else. We have a great portfolio, right? We have good work. We have like the energy and the spirit. We have the artwork. We have the ability, and all we're missing is, I think, that branding and that like identity. It's like we haven't quite found ourselves yet, so we don't know how to say it, And I think if we go in full, like, we're a creative company. We do shit creatively, and that's how we win. That's like because we love creative people and we help creatives, and that's where you get the skills from. And this is what we do. We are just creative. And if you want, and then like you pitch that, you make them feel that emotion, and at the end of it, you're like, and this is what we can do for you. And the reason you should work with us is because we will sell your house, because we are the new wave. We make shit look amazing. We have artists doing it, right? We have local New York City artists doing it with local New York City art. You'll never find this anywhere else, especially not at our price point. And you're gonna get the coolest furniture, the coolest ideas in your home, and your place is going to stand out. It's like, I think a lot of these stagers and like these realtors that are like, oh, I want it to be basic and I want it to be normal. I don't think that's us.
Yeah.
We're not basic, we're not normal, we're not just like, oh, creams and earth tones and white. We're not that. We don't do that. Look at what our guy does. Look at what Noel does.
Yeah.
That's not what he does. And I think the more you try to put somebody towards that and like away from who you are as a person, because you're not like that either, earth tones and shit. You love fucking hot pink. And I'm not like that. I love super sleek, super modern, fucking complicated shit. None of us are like that. And I think the reason these women are successful is because they are like that. Look at this woman, Lisa. She's not like that, and she's building a very, very successful business. Look at Jewel. She's very much boring. She's a very boring person. Very great businesswoman, but just boring. And it really works for her. And I think if we push our thing, it's like what we do, it's like we're different because we're not like these people, and it's a young audience breaking into an old field, so you get the new thing. And if you want your place to stand out, you work with us because we're new and we're better and we're different.
All right, so here's the thing. I have a call right now.
He's talking on the phone.
Are you serious? I have a call right now with a guy. Yeah, and we're gonna do it.
10?
We're gonna do it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like the pitch?
We'll do it in a different way.
Is this him?
Hey.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing, Mark?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing alright, man. Just been on the computer for a little bit, doing the whole HubSpot thing, going through it, everything.
That's Alex.
Oh.
So, all right. So this is Alex. He's one of our sales guys. We're doing like a morning show, and you're live on there. And we have a call with a guy. He's a realtor out in the Hamptons.
Is Alex gonna be on the call?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Hey, Alex.
His name is Craig, and he does like all the multi-million-dollar listings in the Hamptons. So we're gonna talk to him. So we'll see. We'll test this one out. I'm very excited. Alex, Stef was saying hi.
Oh, what's up, Stef? I didn't even hear you, man. How you doing, bud?
No worries. I'm good. You, man?
Doing alright. It's another wonderful day, you know?
Okay.
I heard you've been killing it, so. Ooh.
So listen, Alex, you're gonna let me take the lead on this one. So when you get on the call with the guy, hopefully he answers and he didn't forget. You're gonna introduce me as your manager, and then I'll take it from there.
Yeah, sounds good. I can call him right now. I got his profile pulled up, so I can go ahead and give him a call right now.
Yeah. What's his last name again?
Beam. Craig Beam. And I was looking more on his profile. If you look at it, I think he's actually one of the leads because it's the Beam and Downey tier. So it says Craig and Aaron. So whoever Aaron Downey is, I'm assuming that if we can partner with him, then we can probably get on a team. You know, that'd be pretty good if he has agents underneath Craig up in the Beam and Downey team. I was looking at that. So.
Yeah. So, all right, you can go ahead and call him right now and three-way it.
I think you should go hard on this one.
You want to say that a couple more times?
Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Let's see what this shit looks like.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press
Oh, no,
1
he
for
didn't
more
answer.
You can just hang up, bro.
Who's that?
Yeah, I guess it's the guy's voicemail.
Fucking asshole. I'm very happy I changed that just now because that would have been bad.
What?
He was shooting in JPEG. I'm very happy I picked that up. I don't know who the hell was shooting in JPEG. Oh my god, whoever rented this camera definitely had no idea how to use it.
Wait, where's the woman who had the call with us today? Oh, she set it for next Tuesday. Oh, why next Tuesday? You don't want to talk to me right now?
You know what I'm curious about?
Yeah.
I want to set I'm gonna go over the camera and see what the thing is to see how far out the crop is. 35.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm excited to try this. Sounds pretty good to me.
At 35, the same here, it captures the whole wall.
Yeah.
This is just literally just us two. He didn't answer. The guy. You think he's gonna call back?
I don't know. I'll call him later today. Yeah. I'll call him later today. We'll get him on the phone. We'll talk to him.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Okay, great.
What?
He said he sent him a text.
Oh, good. What did he say?
I have no idea.
I like Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the weird shit he was saying earlier.
Yeah.
But, you know. Guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Or maybe we just
Or
won't.
maybe we just won't cross the bridge. We'll just
Yeah.
stay on this side of the road.
Yep.
This side of the water.
Yeah. You know, it's all about like staying limber and nimble and trying different things. I mean, this is not really like a trying. It's like, it's the right thing.
Finding ourselves. I think this is gonna be the biggest thing. Like brand identity is like our biggest downfall right now because we still don't really know who we are. Because I was thinking about this yesterday and like how this relates to myself. And the more I find myself and the more I realize who I am, the better I become and the more confident I am. And I think it's the same with the company.
Give him 2 times that I have available on my calendar and then send him a calendar invite, full stop, and put in the text to make sure that he accepts it. Yeah, I always send people calendar invites so that it's on both of our schedules. Yeah.
I'm really good. I'm really ready for this. You excited?
Of course. It's just, I just wanna,
What?
I am very anti making big pronouncements when we just don't know. You have to let your customer decide. So that's why I'm willing to try anything.
I don't think that's true.
No, not let your customer decide where the company goes, but let your customer decide what they want. Because if you're forcing something and nobody wants it, it's like, all right, I get it. Like, you know who you are, but this is not your personality. This is a business, and a business is set up strictly to make a profit. And if you're not making a profit, then, you know.
I don't think that's true.
What do you think?
I mean, yes, a business is set up to make a profit, but the most successful businesses are ones you relate to.
Right. But if nobody, you can think of companies that nobody's relating to, and they keep charging on and they stay small and boutique, and I have no interest in that. This is not me. Like, for me.
No, that's what I mean, because nobody identifies with them.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure if they could brand themselves in a different way or like do something a little differently, then it would change it.
It's because I think the reason they're saying small like that is because they don't relate to anyone. They don't have, like, they're just a company. When you think Nike or Adidas or these massive companies, Coca-Cola or like, what else? Even sorts of cars, Lamborghini, Ferraris, Audis, BMWs, you know, because
Wait, I think we're conflating 2 points. What is your point? Because you
saying
didn't
it's
hear my
like-
point.
I'm saying I think what you're saying is the opposite of what I'm saying. It's like the reason these boutiques are saying small is because they do not have a brand identity. And the reason these big companies are so big is because they signify something. They make you feel a certain way when you see them or hear about them. So I love Chrome so much. I love cycling. I love it so much. I love everything about it. I love the way it fits, the way it feels, like the people who wear it, like it's like a community. I don't really have a brand identity with Samsung though. I love their phone. I really do, but I have no brand identity with them. I wouldn't go up to bat for them, because if a better phone came out from a different company, I'd be like, that one's better, you know. But I do have.
You don't think if a better bag came out better than Chrome, you wouldn't switch?
No, because I love the company. Like this watch, I love this brand, G-Shock. I just like it. I like it a lot. I like who wears it. I like what it stands for. I love Nike.
I just don't think any of this stuff is true that you're saying. Just the part about you not wanting to switch, because you switch all the time.
Like what?
Like you were like, something about like the camera that you use. Like, oh no, it's blah blah blah. I love Canon or whatever. And then you're like, oh, but Sony has like a better thing. Like we're gonna switch all the cameras to Sony. And
then I ended up going back to Canon.
But I think
maybe I'm not a good example of this.
You go for like whatever is the best.
That's kind of true. Yeah, maybe I'm not a good example.
You're not loyal to a brand. I think you're listening to the Simon Sinek thing and you want it to be true.
But it is true. But maybe not for me.
It is true.
Maybe just not for me.
I put you onto the guy. I've listened to every single one of these videos and I've digested his information, right? So that's why I was saying like there's a difference. Oh, he's in the barber shop right now. He's going to call me once he's out.
Okay.
And he has another call with another agent in Brooklyn, blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
You don't have to pressure him or send him a calendar invite if he's going to call you as soon as he gets out of the barbershop, full stop. Just let him know that you have your manager on the line who will be able to help you sort some things out, full stop.
So, maybe it's not true for me. You're right. Because I'm not that loyal to a brand. I wonder if there are any brands that I am very loyal to.
I think you are loyal to Samsung because it signifies I'm different than you. My phone is better than you, and I'm not following the crowd. I go a different way, and I'm still better than you.
You're talking about Android.
Oh, so it's not Samsung? Okay.
Android runs by Google.
So you would get a Google phone?
Yeah, if the new Pixel was better than the Samsung.
Can I tell you something?
But the specs just aren't as good.
I'm not an Apple enthusiast. I have an Apple phone because I love voice notes and I love FaceTiming with my friends.
Yeah.
I cannot FaceTime with you ever.
You can do it on WhatsApp.
I can't send you.
We do it on WhatsApp.
But it's different though. I want my native is the text app, right? Which like fucking is native to the phone and okay.
I think once we have enough money, like when we start having home phones and business phones, I'm gonna get an iPhone as my personal phone.
You are, so we can.
It's just
FaceTime.
easier. It really is. It's just easier. But I would still need a Samsung or like an Android because they're just better.
Yeah, they are better.
And like I want my work phone to have battery all day. You know,
his battery life is better. His camera is better. His Siri is better. Whatever her name is.
Google
is better.
And like it just works better and I have more control over the phone. Yeah. And what it does and like what I can do on it. It's like with
and then iPhone, he can add extra memory. I can't. Everything is locked. Yeah. Your phone can use a memory card, right?
Yeah.
See? Mine can't. I can't do shit.
But a lot of phones have dual SIM cards, a lot of Androids, so you can have multiple phone numbers on one phone.
Yeah.
Like it's just better a lot of the time.
Yeah. But I like it because I can just FaceTime my friends. And I hate seeing a green bubble because the green bubble means that, you're not like me.
And also, like, my phone has quick charging.
Yeah.
It charges like 50% in a half hour.
Yeah.
With a 60-watt brick, which is what a laptop charges with.
Anyway. So all I'm saying is that, yes, I agree with all of these things. But we still don't know. So this is what I don't like. I like to test different things. I'm always open. You give me an idea, I'll be like, all right, when I go quiet, it's me like, okay,
Yeah.
how do I rework
Yeah.
this? How do I change it up? How do I pivot? You know?
How do you pitch it?
So it's not me saying like, oh no,
Yeah, no,
no, you know, like I want to, so let's do it. However, I don't want to be like a rebel company.
But we're not. That's exactly what I think we're not doing. A rebel company is like, well, Harley Davidson.
No, not really.
Yeah.
No, look, when I say a rebel company, I mean no one wants the thing and you're like, I'm gonna triple down. This is what I do.
No. But we're not changing any. This is the thing about what I'm saying though. We're not changing what we're offering.
Yes, I know.
Nothing is
We're
changing
changing.
what
We're
we're
saying
offering.
we're putting a face to it.
Yeah.
Because there's no face.
We're bringing a
there's
feeling
no,
to it.
There's no soul.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But what I'm saying is, Steph, are these people, because remember, and this is what I learned from living in the Upper East Side for many years, is that these people are older. The people with the money that they're selling these homes to, they're not young people, right? The young people, they're in like Brunswick, they're in fucking Bed-Stuy, and it's like, that's why Lisa can do these things in Bed-Stuy, in Harlem. But if you look at the pitch that she sent and what she did for Mike Burla in the Upper East Side, it was very, very different because it's a different buyer. And the people who we're predominantly going after, the people who predominantly use staging and these like ultra luxury shit, they're older people. So I'm saying I don't want to go in too hard because then if you scare them off, it doesn't make sense because
But
who are the early adopters typically? What's the demographic of an early adopter?
Younger people. But this is what I'm saying, Mark. It's not. I'm not saying like say that we're like only creative and we're only that, because that we can push later on.
Mm-hmm.
Because as we grow, people are we're gonna be more in demand and we can do more of what we want.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is attach a feeling to the company of like the creative base.
Yeah.
It's not like like we're gonna do everything completely different. It's not like we're fighting against anything.
Yeah.
But it's like we are this thing. We are new. We're fresh. Like we're young and we have artists and like it is beautiful, fine work, and like make them feel excited.
But you see, like this is the thing, though. I think it's a balancing act. Like you have to calibrate it properly because a lot of people. Did you hear his example with TiVo? When TiVo came out?
Yeah.
With Simon Sinek, did you hear how he broke it down versus DVR?
Yeah.
It was scary, and everybody was like, "I don't want to pause live TV and this and
listen,
that."
did you
DVR
hear-
came out
yeah.
and did the same thing, and people were like, "Sure, let's do it."
Did you hear how it was pitched though?
Explain to me from your perspective.
The way it's the pitch that was the problem, not the product, because everyone wanted it. Everyone wanted the product.
What was the difference?
So TiVo, if you don't know, is DVR.
Predecessor of DVR.
Yeah, but better. It never worked out. It never took off. But people said TiVo. They used it as a verb.
Mm-hmm.
It's like intercom,
Yeah.
which apparently is a company.
Oh my God! Can you believe that?
So, anyways, the way he was saying is like, it was scary because you didn't connect the person to it, right? And then afterwards, the pitch he said basically was, do you want to feel connected? Do you want to have full control over your life? Do you want to be able to do everything you want to do and make it easier and this and that? Great. If you're this type of person, we have the perfect product for you. He just pitched it with the emotional part with them first, and then what the company does. Then them, and then we or us. So rather than saying what we do is we do all-in-one staging and photo, video, 3D, what you say is we're a creative company that works with creative people like yourself to successful and creative people like yourself to help you like come off this certain way. I don't exactly know how you should phrase it, but like
I already wrote something else. I'm gonna give you a little bit of your freedom and your life back.
But even more than that, it's like I have them identify with the brand. It's like give them a compliment in the pitch. Be like, I see how creative and how awesome you are with your marketing. You would be in, and
Someone
I
like
see
you
that
would
you're
be-
always going for new things and doing new things and being the cutting edge. Here is, if you want to be even more so the cutting edge, check our product out. This is what we do. We are a perfect fit for what your morals are. you know, and where you are and what you want to do. We fit in perfectly into your plan. And have them feel like, yeah, I am cutting edge, I am creative, I am cool. I like these guys, I like their logo, I like their shit, I like what they're doing. Let's try it. And it'll break down their defenses, and then what'll fuck them up even more is that you're gonna start talking to them, and you're gonna create a super close bond and connection with them, where they're really comfortable talking about their family and their kids and shit with you, and they're like, fuck, I really like this guy, and I really love the company he's throwing at me, and I want to feel more of that, and I want to be a part of that wave. So I think it's if you're like,
I think when I talk to these people, like when I talk to the realtors, and I'm gonna have you sit in on some of the calls, because like I think it's very, very important for you, because it's like, it's not like you're talking in a vacuum, but you're kind of talking in a vacuum, because it's like they look at this woman who Lisa, the head realtor, the listed realtor, who she did that house for. Oh shit. Hey Siri.
what? I don't even know what we're talking
Remind me today at midday to reach out to Lisa's assistant to set a date for the pickup. Yeah, because we need to get
about.
that
Pick up
done.
the thing, yeah.
Your reminder is set for today.
So she said to me, I couldn't take, because we were talking the day when the woman came. So we were staging this house for, we were supplying art for Lisa, who is a big stager, and she does things a little bit differently. Like the art that she uses is not like the super minimalist, like she likes the crazy shit, super surreal, whatever. And the woman who was the listed realtor was like very like a older white woman, very to the books, like, you know, whatever. And she came in when we were doing some video recording and stuff, and Lisa was like, if that woman shows up, call me immediately, because you guys are technically not supposed to be there. Fine. So me and her were talking. She goes, so I was saying to her, Lisa, how do you navigate, because I understand that you do not, the art that you use is not the typical, you don't use a lot of prints, and you like big pieces that are like colorful and bright and attention grabbing. And what I've been hearing from
That
other
house also sold in like a month and a half.
Yeah. And the
$4.5 million. I'm just saying, I think it's good to give context.
the woman was, no, I forgot what I was saying.
Keep thinking. We'll come back to you.
So I was saying to her, how do you navigate like knowing how far you can push it with like the craziness? Because most realtors at the top, these older people, they don't want any piece of art. Steph, stop fucking picking your face. They don't want anything that's gonna grab attention. They're like, I don't want it to take away from the space, is what they always say.
Very confusing to me.
I don't understand what this means. So I'm like, how do you navigate? She's like, it's all to the realtor. Because at the end of the day, they have to sell the house, and if they don't feel like it looks good, it won't sell. It's just like if a woman doesn't feel good in the dress, no matter how beautiful it is, it doesn't look good because she doesn't feel comfortable. She hasn't owned it. So it's the same way. They have to feel comfortable so that they can own it, so then that they can sell it. When they don't like the space, they can't sell it. So I'm saying to her, how do you know what the balance is? She's like, I have several conversations with these people. And so I think it is these conversations that you need to sit in, so that we can like figure out how to calibrate this stuff. Because if you're going in and you're saying we're new, we're fresh, we're this and that, people are gonna be like, all right, I don't want to make my client nervous, because they don't like new and fresh. They're like, we've always done it this way, this and that. Just like fucking don't try any tricks, you know. And it's like, if our audience were like young startup people who just got $10 million in funding or $100 million in funding, then we'd be like, fine, let's go wild and let's give them graffiti art. Let's do something with the walls. Let's change out these fucking disgusting white ass depressing walls, and let's do something crazy. But they're really not. You know, it's a very, very, very small percentage of the people buying these multi-million-dollar homes that are these people.
Yeah.
So it's like, My thing is like, how do we balance it? Like not scaring people off, but also introducing them to something new. I think that's going to be the challenge going forward. So I'm with you, because we do need to give the business a soul, and we do need to differentiate ourselves. But like,
I'm not saying do anything different, Mark. I'm just saying add an emotion behind it and sink into who we are, which doesn't mean that we're doing anything crazy. The work can be just the same as the other people.
No, but when you
but
think,
make them feel a different way.
all right,
Make them feel like what they're getting is new and fresh, even if it's still what they're getting, what they've been getting before, or similar to it.
no, but if I'm gonna be pitching it as new and fresh, it means that it's not what they're used to.
No, that's not true. You want them to feel new and fresh. You want them to feel like they're doing something that's like cutting edge without them actually doing it. You just want to keep them in their comfort zone, but make them feel good about it. And add some heart behind the business. Like, you get artists doing it, and we make it livable. Squeeze me.
You want some water?
No.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be very, very interesting. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. I'm really excited, and I hope you start pitching like that, because I really think it's gonna work. I don't mean to be dogmatic or be like anything, but I think this is what we need, and this is what's gonna fucking finally make us a brand. Just like being confident who we are as a company, and like being a little harder, because these people are hard people, and they're tough, and you're like, this is what we do, this is who we are, and if you want it, like, you want to make them feel like they're almost gonna miss out on something if they're not taking it. You know, like inspire urgency, and be like, hey, we're new, we're fresh, like if you want to be on the wave, like fucking get on it.
I'm gonna talk to Mike tonight, because we're talking to him, and
I think he's gonna be a really easy pitch with this, because he's super excited. He wants to stand out, and he wants to brag and be like, I'm the new wave. That's where he's at in his career right now. And if we get in with him one job, Mark, like, and we do a fucking crazy thing, and we make it look amazing, and he's like, fuck, and that's it. Just one. That's literally all it takes. And then we build the whole brand identity around that, and everyone's like, these are the guys. And hopefully some girls soon. Need some females.
yeah.
And theys. But I think we gotta go hard on what we're believing. Yes. What we
Yeah.
believe in, and like just push that and be ourselves. Because I think if the more yourself you are, the quicker you're gonna find that audience. And that thing, it's like just being genuine. Being true to self. It's kind of weird hearing from you, Mark, like, oh, I want subtle and this and that. Like, you're not that person. Neither am I, and neither is Noel.
I also don't want to be a social pariah. If a lot of people are themselves and they are alone.
I'm not saying you don't need to be a social pariah, though, but you're yourself and you're a good person. But you don't. I'm saying the product you're offering, Mark. I'm like, and the
You can
way
be a social
you
pariah
feel
in your
them.
product too.
The way that you make them feel about it. That's
No,
all I'm
I'm
saying.
ready,
Because we're
Stef.
offering a good product.
I don't know why you keep talking as if we're on opposite sides here. What is wrong with you?
I'm not.
You're making it seem as if like I'm saying no, I'm not gonna do it. It's like yes, but it's a balancing act. Like I'm not gonna go in full force and for everybody to be like, I like it, but yeah, no, my clients are not trying to do that. We haven't had that response, and what I'm saying to you is that we're going up to bat, and the big one is coming.
Okay.
Right now we can pivot, of course.
I think we should try. Because as the guy yesterday said, like, one contract means nothing in the grand scheme of things. So what? So try again. I think we should just be quick. We should just go back and forth, see what happens, test things, because this is when there's no risk. There's literally no risk right now. We're not losing anything. We're still building what we are as a company, who we are as a company. It's like, just fuck it, try it, right? There's literally no risk. We're not about to lose Pepsi or some fucking massive. We're not about to lose an entire real estate firm that we've been working with if we try something new. It's like we just miss out on one realtor. Fuck them. And then they'll be back to us anyways later. So what's the plan?
Yeah. I'm ready.
That's how I feel. It was a very businessy talk today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very ready for this.
Yeah.
Let's make some shit happen.
Is it time?
Almost.
I wonder how, like...
What? What?
I'm just trying to figure out, like, how other... Maybe... This ought to be good. I'm excited.
Maybe what?
I don't know. How do you figure out, like, I don't know. We have to just, like...
Just ask.
I don't know what I'm saying, so why don't you be quiet?
Okay. Yes.
We'll make it happen. We'll do it.
Alright.
Oh,
I like your cologne.
thank you.
Cologne. Or some people in Trump country would say colon. Or spell it. You ever seen those memes? I love the smell of his colon.
No. No.
COLON.
I'm very excited.
That's all I'm saying, Mark. I love the smell of colon in the morning.
You know, it'd be funny if we just didn't put other people down.
I didn't put anybody down.
You sure?
Nobody. What did I put down?
Well,
You
know
think the
that
Southern
signifies-
Bells are watching us?
Oh my god.
All right, close out here. I'm done before I say some more crazy shit. We gotta get to work.
Okay. Well, I love you. And I love you.
Till next time.
Till next time.